Hi everyone, how you doing? I hope you're well. Today I'm going to look at information messages from Spirit for the month of February 2023. But before I start getting on with the intuitive reading, please bear with me. If you can hear planes flying over my home, it's because basically today there are flying lessons. I live not far from a regional airport, so hopefully it's not going to be too noisy, but just bear with me. So going back to the intuitive reading, I drew an oracle card off camera this morning, and today I selected the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette, Baron-Reid, and the actual card is called Mending. Here's the card. And what did strike me immediately is the number on the card, which is a number 52. So if you add up 52, it comes to number 7. And if you remember, going back to December, I recorded a video for 2023. And 2023 is a 7-year. So if you haven't watched the video, you're welcome to watch it. It's on my YouTube channel. To sum up the actual message I gave back in December, year 7 is about the opportunity to go deep within, to do a lot of introspection, soul searching, healing, and releasing of all patterns, habits, releasing anything that no longer serves us in our lives. And it's interesting, I feel the message is very much connected to the mending card. The mending card for me is all about, of course, making amends. It's about healing old wounds and also forgiveness. So going back to the message I've got about forgiving, which is very important. I know some people will say to me, it's easily said than done, and I agree. It's very difficult in some, extreme situations. But what I would like to remind you is forgiving is not about the person that caused deep hurt. It's about you. Unless you start forgiving someone, and it's interesting, Spirit is showing me a big bird in a tiny cage. You feel trapped. You feel more like a victim and you don't want to stay in that place. Maybe for a while you've been suppressing emotions of anger, hatred, maybe feeling ashamed. And to me, all these emotions we suppressed consciously or subconsciously are basically like poison. You feel trapped in your life. You feel you can't move forward. So by forgiving someone, you set yourself free to move forward again, to create something amazing in your life. And I would say, just as a reminder, there is a difference between forgiving and forgetting. You can forgive someone, but it doesn't mean you forget about what happened, how someone behaved. But I think it's an important process. Unless you do that, you're going to feel trapped and you feel there is no way out. And you don't want to stay in that sort of victim mentality. I know it's very difficult. I do get it. But I feel with this message coming from the mending card, we have in the month of February, and I would say for the rest of the year, the opportunity to go through this process of healing old wounds and hopefully forgiving someone for past hurts. Because unless it's you letting go of old hurts, you can't really reclaim your power. And this is so, so important. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to, like I do normally, I'm going to use a tarot deck and ask Spirit for messages related to the mending card and see what's going to come up. So today I'm going to use the Light Seer's Tarot. And oops, let's see what spirits wants to share with us. Yes, the cage with the bird for me is so explanatory. We don't want to stay in that place. Definitely not. Okay, Spirit. So let's see any other messages related to the mending card. I'll start with 3 cards and we'll see if I need more. Okay. Okay. 2, 3. Yes. Yes, this is a confirmation of the messages I just shared from the mending card. What I'm hearing, it's very hopeful. Yeah. Setting yourself free, free from that cage, like the bird being trapped in a tiny cage, setting yourself free. Okay, the first card is the death card. And what I love about the tarot deck I'm using today, we've got death leading to rebirth, and that's the key element here. So the death card is about, of course, transformation. It could be a transition period in your life where healing is taking place, where you're going to release not only old habits, patterns, behaviors. It could be anything in your life. It could be a relationship. It could be, for some of you, I'm hearing, you've been in a job that no longer gives you pleasure. And you've known for a while that it's time for you to move on. But I feel, especially with a mending card, it's more about old habits, old patterns, and old behaviors. And what I'm hearing is it's a process which is necessary if you want to have new energies, new opportunities coming into your life. You need to let go. You need to release anything that no longer serves you in your life. This is an important point. And I would say quite often people think about the death card as a bad card, negative. By the way, it's nothing to do about someone dying physically. It's more about death of the old you, in order for you to come closer to your true self, your authentic self. So it's an important part of that process. And I feel related to the mending card, yes, especially the bit about forgiveness. And I would like to come back quickly about this. I'm hearing as well, yes, it's going to be very different from one person to another. Some of you will be able to forgive someone and let someone back into their lives. And it's absolutely fine. If you can do that, well done. But for others, I want to be clear, you don't need, how can I phrase it? The person that caused hurt doesn't need to know that you forgive them. You don't have to bring them back into your life. Remember, this process is about you. It's about you to free yourself, to set yourself free from all the emotions of hatred, anger, etc., to set you free, to move forward into your life and to live a happier life, not feeling like a victim and feeling trapped. So I just wanted to be clear about that. Now, the second card is the Justice card. So for the Justice card, of course, it's about truth, it's about law, it's about fairness, okay? But there are other messages. So immediately what I get here, because we've got a set of scale, it could be about balancing, balance in your life. And what I'm hearing with some of you, yes, it could be about healing some patterns, giving you more balance in your life. but I'm hearing setting boundaries. Okay. And I know for some of us it's difficult. Let's be fair, it's difficult, but this is an important point in order to get that balance back into your life. Now, going back to the different messages I'm getting from the Justice card. Of course, it could be simply about someone having a divorce, a court case. And the message I'm getting from the card is, if you've done nothing wrong, you will get a fair result, a positive result. Now, going a bit more deeper, I've got a message about karmic imbalance. What people, and it's a reminder, what people sometimes don't realize when we're talking about some patterns, habits we've got, or behaviors we've got, each of us in this life, they're quite often related to past reincarnations. And I would say, of course, most of the time we don't know. Do we need to know is the question? I strongly believe you don't have to know where they're from, which life, etc., in order to do some healing and release them. What I mean by that, you can simply, that's what I've been doing, work, if I could call it, in collaboration with your higher self, with spirit. Remember, your higher self knows everything about you in this life and previous lives. So you can do a sort of process of doing meditation where healing is taking place. You can ask your higher self, please help me, guide me to heal some behavior patterns, habits that I've got in this life in order for me, again, to free myself and to get closer to my soul purpose and really being in line with my soul purpose, my life purpose. And I promise you, Spirit will guide you to do the necessary work. If you're listening and watching the signs, it's quite possible that eventually your higher self will show you events that took place in a previous life and are very much connected to what you are going through at the moment. I know for me, it was back to Atlantis, one incarnation I had in Atlantis, and I'm still doing the work at the moment. So this is very much connected with the Justice card, okay? We have sometimes patterns, behaviors going back several past lives. And we are invited right now to do the necessary work, okay? Going back to the aspect of healing, there is something that I would like to emphasize on, because especially at the beginning, when we go through spiritual awakening, we think that when we do some healing, we do it once and it's fine. And we feel that, okay, I dealt with it, I'm okay. And then the same pattern reappears a few months later. Don't give yourself a hard time. Healing is, the way I describe healing, it's like going through the layers of an onion. You go through the different layers. So you've got a pattern and it's not easy to heal and release that pattern. You go through the different layers. So it might take a while. So be patient with yourself. Don't give yourself a hard time. If you feel that pattern is coming back, not as strong, you still need to do more healing. This is quite common. Now, going back to the reading, the third card is absolutely beautiful and so hopeful. It's the Page of Cups. So that's interesting. Going back to the other two cards, we've got the Mending card confirming the death and transformation with the New Beginning card. going back to the aspect of balance, karmic imbalance, going back several past lives to heal patterns, behaviors that have been in this present life for quite a while, and we need to heal them and release them. The Page of Cups, let's not forget pages in a tarot deck. We're talking about new beginnings. The Page of Cups is very much mainly about emotions and creativity. So can you imagine you're someone going through that process of healing and releasing, especially going through the process of forgiving? You set yourself free, and suddenly you've got the space in your life to bring new energy. So you feel a new person. And the Page of Cups really showed you that you got new emotions, a new way of being, so more positive and hopeful about the future. And the Page of Cups is inviting us to be open-minded, to be open-minded about any possibilities in our life, basically. So it's all about looking at our emotions and creativity. When I'm talking about creativity, we're talking about, yes, after all the work you've done on a deeper level, you're creating a new life which is more in line with your soul purpose, which is absolutely wonderful. It could be as well a project. Let's say you've had an idea for quite a while, but because of the old patterns, the old habit and the behavior you had in your life, maybe you didn't believe that you could create that project. And suddenly you feel more confident and you're ready to do it. So the third card is so hopeful. It's just showing you that there is no surprise. It's a reminder. By doing the deep work, the soul searching, the healing, the releasing of all patterns, we suddenly set ourselves free to finally do something that is very much related to our soul purpose, something that is going to bring so much joy in our lives. And that's why I feel the entire reading here is very much related with the year 7 message I had in my video back in December. So yes, this is very hopeful. But before I finish the video, I've got another message. I don't know if you did realize that, but when I do intuitive readings for my YouTube channel, they are very much readings for the collective consciousness of humanity. And what I wanted to remind you is, in order to see the changes in the collective, it's going to be down to us as individuals to do the actual work. So it starts with us. So don't hesitate to think that not only doing the work of healing, releasing, making amends, etc., not only will have beautiful impact in your life, but overall in the collective consciousness of humanity. So that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications on future videos. And if you are interested to get a personal intuitive reading, please check my website. You'll find the link down below. And until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.